Do you want to tell other people that you're a furry, but feel a bit nervous about it? Well, don't worry, this is a super common feeling among many furries. Hey everyone, I'm Soren, and today we'll be talking about how you should tell people that you're a furry. First things first, this is not at all required to do. If you don't feel comfortable or ready to tell people outside the furry fandom that you're a furry, you really don't have to. Of course, there are situations where if you're still dependent on your family and want to go to a furry convention or something like that. And stuff like this would be when you absolutely need to tell someone that you're a furry. But for the most part, it's entirely up to you whether you want people to know or not. I know that plenty of people feel nervous or even embarrassed about being a furry and telling people that they are furries. But it's really nothing to be ashamed about, because I'm telling you, most people you meet in your life probably won't even know what it is. And you'll realize that most people don't actually care whether or not you're a furry, no matter how loud the haters are. However, I know that there are certain situations where it might be better that your family doesn't know that you're a furry. Like, if you absolutely know that your parents don't like furries and you won't be able to change their minds, then it might be for the best that they don't know about your involvement with the fandom. But if you do decide to tell someone that you're a furry, just explain it like it's another hobby, because that's exactly what it is. When you tell someone you're into Pokemon, music, playing sports, you don't feel nervous about telling people these things, right? That's because they're hobbies, just like being a furry. So when you tell someone that you're a furry, treat it like you're telling them, hey, this is something I've been into lately. If you start the conversation with, there's something I've been meaning to tell you, people automatically start to think that you're about to tell them something huge or negative, and they'll react accordingly. And they'll probably be disappointed or confused to hear that you're just a furry. Or, more likely, they won't even know what it is. But the last thing you want to do is get them hyped up thinking that you're about to expose this big dark secret or something. Because then, they might attribute those negative feelings onto you being a furry and start to think badly of it right off the bat. Given the nature of the furry fandom, and that people feel the need to hide their involvement with it most of the time, some people compare it to coming out as a member of the LGBTQ+ community. However, this isn't a good comparison at all. There's other videos out there that can explain it way better than I can, but the general gist is this. Being a furry is purely self-identification, and you can control whether or not you're a furry, but you can't control whether or not you're a member of the LGBTQ+ community. In the long run, being a furry and telling people that you are a furry isn't that big of a deal, because it's just like being into any other niche interest. So honestly, don't sweat it. This isn't something you really need to stress over. Your real friends should understand that this is just a fun hobby, and if they do react negatively, just explain what the furry fandom is as best you can. If they're really your friends, they wouldn't let something like this ruin a perfectly good friendship. And believe me, you'll find plenty of accepting and understanding friends here. So don't let toxic friends make decisions for you. But for the most part, when you tell your friends, they'll probably just be like, oh, okay. I mean, there might be a shock at first if they know what furries are, but other than that, they'll move past it pretty quickly. They might ask you a few questions about it and give you their thoughts on furries, but this is when you can help them get rid of any negative misconceptions that they've heard. It may vary depending on how much they know about furries to begin with though, so just keep that in mind. But just know that telling people that you're a furry isn't something that you need to get worked up over. Do you plan on telling people that you're a furry? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But until next time, see ya!